Shakur Stevenson is known for his unshakable confidence, a trait he's carried throughout his career. He understands the importance of staying true to himself, no matter what people say or try to change about him. This mindset has been instilled in him over the years and has become a core part of his identity. As he gears up for his upcoming fight with William Zepeda, Stevenson acknowledges that Zepeda's aggressive and offensive style will push him to fight harder than he has had to in previous bouts. While he is used to controlling the pace of the fight and boxing at his preferred distance, Stevenson knows that Zepeda will force him to dig deeper into his fighting arsenal. However, he's confident that if Zepeda becomes too reckless and aggressive, it could lead to his downfall. Stevenson understands that every fighter has a weakness, and it's his job to exploit that. The way he talks about the fight shows his belief that no matter what challenges Zepeda presents, Stevenson will come out on top. He is ready to fight and prove that no one can shake his core. It's not just about winning for Stevenson. It's about doing it in a way that proves his doubters wrong and shows the world the fighter he truly is. When asked whether he expected to fight more aggressively against Zepeda, Stevenson was open about the challenges ahead. The thought of this fight having a more entertaining pace is something fans have been eager for, especially since Stevenson has often been described as a defensive fighter, more focused on avoiding hits than engaging in high-action exchanges. Despite the critics, Stevenson's approach to the fight will undoubtedly be influenced by the knowledge that Zepeda will bring the heat with his constant pressure. He knows that in this fight, he cannot just rely on his ability to box from the outside. Stevenson admitted that he expects to be pushed in ways he hasn't been in past fights, and that could lead him to take a more aggressive approach at times. For Stevenson, the idea is not just to outbox Zepeda, but also to give the fans an entertaining fight. He knows he has to step up, engage, and show the world that he is more than just a defensive maestro. Stevenson has heard the criticism, and he's determined to prove that he can be both a skilled boxer and a fighter who brings the excitement when it counts. The tension between Shakur Stevenson and William Zepeda was evident during their final press conference before the fight, as the two fighters exchanged heated words. The atmosphere was charged with animosity, and it was clear that both men were ready to settle their differences in the ring. The verbal sparring between them took a physical turn when Zepeda insulted Stevenson, which led to Shakur throwing a chair at his opponent in a fit of frustration. This dramatic moment highlighted just how much personal intensity there was in the lead-up to the fight. Both fighters were ready to fight, not just for the title, but also for pride. The back-and-forth insults and aggressive gestures only fueled the fire, making it clear that this wasn't going to be just another title defense for Stevenson. This was about proving something to both his critics and Zepeda, who'd been underestimating him throughout the build-up to the fight. Stevenson's anger wasn't just about the insult, it was about showing that he wasn't going to let anyone discredit him. As the conference continued, Stevenson's words reflected his deep-seated motivation to perform at his best and shut down all the doubters as the fight with Zepeda draws near. Stevenson has reflected on what makes this particular fight different from others he has faced. He believes that the moment is bigger, and with that comes the need to step up. While he is known for his calm demeanor and focus under pressure, Stevenson recognizes that this fight is a chance to prove himself even further. There's a sense of urgency for him to rise to the occasion and show that he can thrive in high-pressure situations. The stakes are high, and the crowd expects nothing less than a dominant performance. But Stevenson has always thrived when the spotlight is on him, and he's ready to show that the bigger the moment, the more he will shine. This fight is a defining one, not just for his career, but also for his legacy. It's an opportunity to prove that he can stand tall against the pressure and come out victorious, no matter how tough the fight becomes. He's made it clear that he's not taking Zepeda lightly, and that he's prepared to do whatever it takes to win. Stevenson's confidence is unwavering as he enters the ring, knowing that this could be the fight that elevates him even further into the boxing world's elite. Despite all of Stevenson's confidence, his opponent, William Zepeda, has proven time and again that he's a dangerous fighter. Known for his aggressive fighting style, Zepeda is relentless, throwing punches in high volume and never backing down. But Stevenson, while acknowledging Zepeda's power and offensive capabilities, has a belief that his own skills will be enough to shut down Zepeda's attack. He knows that if he stays disciplined and sticks to his game plan, he can exploit Zepeda's vulnerabilities. It's not just about dodging punches for Stevenson. It's about getting in and out of range, picking his shots, and avoiding the traps that Zepeda's aggression sets. Stevenson's defensive game is his strongest asset, and he believes that Zepeda's aggression will only make it easier for him to land clean counters. He's confident that he can outbox Zepeda, but he also knows that if the Mexican fighter gets too close, it's important to mix it up and show his own offensive capabilities. He's not afraid of taking risks if it means delivering a statement performance. Stevenson believes that Zepeda's pressure could work against him, as it might make him vulnerable to Stevenson's well-timed counters and sharp footwork. Shocker. Stevenson's desire for bigger challenges is well known, and as much as he respects Zepeda's style and skill, his mind is already thinking about the next step in his career. The name on Stevenson's mind is Gervonta "Tank" Davis, a fighter he's wanted to face for a long time. Both fighters have been at the top of the lightweight division, and a fight between them has been one of the most highly anticipated matchups in recent boxing history. Stevenson has been vocal about his desire to get in the ring with Davis, believing that it would be the biggest fight in boxing right now. However, Stevenson knows that before he can even think about that fight, he has to first deal with Zepeda. He's not overlooking his opponent, knowing that Zepeda's aggressive style and power could create a very difficult challenge. But once this fight is over, Stevenson is eyeing the potential showdown with Tank Davis, a fight that could solidify his place as one of the best fighters in the world. The two have been circling each other for years, and Stevenson knows that. This could be the fight that propels him to the next level in his career. For now, though, his focus is on the tough task in front of him, despite his past performances being scrutinized by critics. Stevenson has faced significant challenges, particularly with injuries to his hands and shoulders. These injuries have often affected his performance, and some believe that his recent victories have not been as entertaining as fans would expect from a fighter of his caliber. However, Stevenson has shown great resilience, and he's determined to use this fight as a way to silence the critics once and for all. A win over Zepeda would not only solidify his position as a world champion, but also prove to everyone that he's more than just a defensive master. He's a fighter who can entertain and dominate in the ring when the time comes. Stevenson's performance in this fight will likely determine the future of his career, as it will either lead him to bigger challenges or force him to reassess his approach. But Stevenson's focus is on doing what he does best, fighting, and he's eager to show the world that he's capable of delivering a memorable, exciting performance that lives up to the hype. William Zepeda, on the other hand, is a fighter who thrives under pressure. His aggressive, high-output style has won him fans all over the world, and his ability to overwhelm opponents with a constant barrage of punches makes him a dangerous opponent for anyone. However, Zepeda's pressure also leaves him open to counters, and Stevenson's defensive skills will likely play a key role in whether he can effectively neutralize Zepeda's attacks. For Stevenson, the goal is to maintain control of the fight, avoid getting caught in Zepeda's web of punches, and exploit the gaps in his defense. He's confident that his experience, combined with his ability to adapt to different styles, will be the key to overcoming Zepeda's power and aggression. Promoter Oscar De La Hoya has also weighed in on the fight, and he believes that while Stevenson is an incredibly skilled fighter, Zepeda's style could prove difficult for him to deal with. De La Hoya pointed out that Zepeda, like Floyd Mayweather before him, has fragile hands, and that could play a major factor in the fight. However, he also believes that Stevenson's superior skills and footwork could ultimately give him the edge. As the fight approaches, it's clear that both fighters have a lot at stake, and the outcome will shape the future of the lightweight division. Fans are eager to see which of these two fighters will come out on top and what that will mean for their careers moving forward.